Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we're doing another neighborhood tour. This is the second one. First one we did was downtown. If you haven't seen that one yet, go check it out. But today we're doing Squirrel Hill. And I'm walking up the hill right now, so I'm kind of out of breath. But Squirrel Hill is actually split up in between two parts. There's North Squirrel Hill and South Squirrel Hill. But we're just gonna treat them as one Squirrel Hill. Right now, this park that we're in, it's part of Shenley Park. It's kind of right on the border of Oakland and Squirrel Hill. And the reason we're walking through it is because we are on the way to Carnegie Melon University, which is basically right here. But the two higher education schools that are in Squirrel Hill are CMU, Carnegie Mellon, and Chatham University. And you might also notice that I have a little microphone here. I told you guys I was gonna start using a wireless mic. So here we go. Actually, this is my first time trying it, so I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. I don't even know if I'm gonna use this audio, but we will see. But anyways, we're gonna walk around CMU a little bit real quick, and it's a very nice campus. We're not gonna spend too much time here because we have a lot of places to walk to today. But fun fact, the first emoticon ever was actually invented here at CMU by a man that I forgot his name, but I wrote it down on my phone, Scott Fallman. In 1980, a computer scientist made the first emoticon. It was a smiley face. And he did it right here at CMU. Kind of interesting. All right, that's enough with CMU. Let's head over to the Botanical Gardens / Conservatory. This place is cool. Technically it's inside of Shenley Park, but we'll talk about more of that in a second. This thing here was opened in 1893. It has a 14-room glass house and it has 23 distinct gardens. I went here actually around Christmas time. They did like a, I don't know what to call it, like a light show thing. There was all kinds of like Christmassy lights and decorations inside of all the gardens. And that was pretty cool to see. Definitely worth checking out if you have some time in Pittsburgh. Now we're gonna make our way through Shenley Park. It's actually a pretty big park and it's really cool. This is one of my favorite parks to walk through. It has a lot of walking trails. It has a running track, tennis courts, a disc golf course, a regular golf course. And one really cool thing that they do here every year is an annual vintage car show / car race. It's about a week-long event. Yeah, there's just a bunch of like vintage cars and they do races and they have car shows, and there's a bunch of different categories like under 1 liter or 2 liter or certain years or certain brands of cars, and it's actually really cool. There's also barbecues that you can use in the park. It's a really nice park. Now we're gonna head over to the first house on our list. Squirrel Hill is definitely, in my opinion, one of the nicest neighborhoods in Pittsburgh. And because of that, it's also very sought after. So it's definitely not the cheapest neighborhood in Pittsburgh, but looking at recent prices, it ranges anywhere from $300,000 to $6 million. So we're gonna walk past a few houses today. I chose 3 houses that are from all ranges, from the lower end, the middle, to the higher end. And the first one we're gonna be looking at today is 5406 Beacon Street. This is a 5-bed, 2.5 bath. It's about 2,500 square feet, and it's listed at $572,000. I would say this is about mid-range for the area. It doesn't have a driveway, but it looks like people just park along the side of the road here inside of this white line. This place here is really cool. It's called Vendor Bender, and it's just here along the street in Squirrel Hill. All it has is vending machines, but they're not just regular vending machines. If you look inside, underneath each thing, it has the country name where it came from. And there's snacks and drinks from all kinds of countries. Anytime one of my friends or family comes to visit Pittsburgh, I always take them here because it's cool. Like here we have Ireland, Russia, Korea, Israel, Mexico, South Africa, Japan, Turkey, Palestine. There's all kinds of stuff here. Netherlands. It's definitely a cool place to come check out if you're coming through Squirrel Hill. And it's perfect timing because I am getting thirsty from all this walking. Oh yeah, another thing that we've just now come across on these neighborhood tours, we didn't really see it downtown, but In several neighborhoods in Pittsburgh, we have cobblestone roads, and they're really annoying to drive on. They're not everywhere, but you will see them around. And usually the speed limit's like 25, but personally, I only go like 15 on them just because it feels crazy when you're driving on it. And just a few blocks over from there, we come across the main high school here in Squirrel Hill, which is Alderdice High School. Taylor Alderdice High School. And if you didn't know, that is where Mac Miller and Wiz Khalifa went to high school. I'm pretty sure they went there at the same time. I think they were about the same age. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. If you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of Mac Miller. Not even joking. I know like 99% of the Ladders album, all the lyrics. But anyways, that story's for another day. Speaking of Wiz Khalifa, I never knew what he meant by Taylor Gang until I came here and noticed that the high school he went to is called Taylor. Oh no, their sign fell over. Oh, but I do like this one has a garage in the back. There's actually enough space for 2 cars back there. Oh man. So I really underestimated when I was planning this video how long it would take me to walk from each spot to the next one. And apparently from that house we just looked at to the next spot we're going to, it's about a 50-minute walk. And my car is definitely closer to the next place than where we're at now. So either way, we're gonna have to walk that far, so we might as well do it. And with that being said, you guys better like and subscribe because I'm out here doing all this walking for you guys. I'm just kidding. I sit around too much and it's good. I think it's good for me to be out walking anyways. It's good exercise. I think I'm at about 10,000 steps so far. I'm at 11,000 steps. So we'll see what we're at by the time we're done with this video. Another thing to point out, but it's kind of hard to see, but right over there, there's a tunnel. That's called the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. And for whatever reason, when people go into this tunnel, they want to slow down. Speed limit's 55, but people just slow down, and because of that, so there's always a ton of traffic here. Right now it's not bad, but this is an area where traffic gets pretty bad. That, and there's a lot of merging points that people are just, you know, conflicting with each other. But keep that in mind. Certain times of day, traffic here in front of Squirrel Tunnel is really bad. We finally made it to Blue Slide Park, which is really just a small corner of the actually bigger Frick Park. In fact, it's actually, I think it's bigger than Shenley Park, which we went to earlier. I mean, the main thing about this thing, it's just a little park with a blue slide on it. But if you're a fan of Mac Miller like I am, you would know he had an album called Blue Slide Park. It's a song name. He makes references to this park in a lot of his songs because he grew up near here, not in Squirrel Hill, but in the next neighborhood over. But anyways, this is Blue Slide Park. Frick Park is really huge, lots of walking trails. As you can see, the sign in the front says no hunting because there are a lot of deer in the park. If you like nature and you like walking around, this is definitely another place to check out. There's basketball courts, walking trails, plenty of stuff to do here. Our next stop down the road is what many people consider Pittsburgh's new Chinatown. If you saw my video on downtown Pittsburgh, you would have heard that a long time ago, about 100 years ago, there used to be a Chinatown downtown, but a lot of the restaurants and stuff had to move out because they built this boulevard of the Allies Road. So along these two roads, Murray Avenue and Forbes Avenue, there's a lot of Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, Taiwanese restaurants and a lot of coffee shops and cafes. And even though it's not Asian, there's also a few African places as well. So definitely, if you're looking for some Asian food of any variety, come check out this area in Squirrel Hill. And another thing is, a few times a year, they do this thing along Murray Avenue in the so-called new Chinatown. It's called the Squirrel Hill Night Market. And they close down the road. There's a bunch of street vendors and food and bands playing music and stuff. And that's pretty cool. It's usually in the summer and the fall time. There's some rabbits running around in this person's yard. While we're on our way to the next stop, I figured I'd tell you guys about how I usually park my car. Usually in most places around town on the side of the road, you'll see these little kiosks where you can pay with a card, but I usually use the Park mobile app, and that app actually works in multiple cities. That's why I use it. But yeah, you just put in like your license plate information, your card information, and then you choose how long you want to park there, and then you park. It's pretty easy. Or sometimes if you get lucky, there will be certain areas where you can just park for free. But today I didn't get lucky. We are now approaching the third and final house that I chose to represent Squirrel Hill, and that is 5540 Dunmoyle Street. This home is a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, and it's just under 8,000 square feet. And this house is listed at $2.75 million. So I'm sure that's out of most of your budgets. But I figured I'd put it on this list just so you could see the price range of the houses here in Squirrel Hill. We finally made it back to the car. It's time to check how many steps we did today. My face is frozen right now. But yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more than it was for the downtown video. The grand total is, oh my god, this is like double the downtown video. 23,626 steps. I guess it makes sense because technically we did 2 neighborhoods in one, North and South Squirrel Hill. But man, that's crazy. Anyways, if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Pittsburgh area, definitely reach out to me. Phone number's down below. You could schedule a Zoom call with me. Follow me on Instagram, however you wish. And I'll see you guys in the next video.